Music 101, and y'all bite with another episode of Miss Me with the BS. Make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss a video.
I wasn't prepared for this one right here. And somebody sent it to me earlier, and as I said before, I was asleep. So I see that Eric Mays passed away. I never even knew the man, but it's a hard one for me because I watched him every day. Every day. Me and my friend Robert used to go back and forth with him because he used to say he just a mess. He don't be doing nothing but wasting time. And I used to be like, I like him. I would go to all the meetings if I was in his city. He gave a lot of laughs, but he fought the fight. Can't even talk. It got me messed up. He fought the fight. He'll never be replaced. That's the scary part. Scary and good at the same time. But he'll never be replaced. He was straight up and down, no matter what, whether you were gonna like what he was gonna say, whatever. It is what it is. That's really crazy. Let me check something out right here to show y'all.
We have breaking news for you tonight at 11. The city of Flint is mourning the loss of Councilman Eric Mays. We'll take a live look right now where you can actually see a large police presence on the 100 block of Russell Avenue near Martin Luther King in Flint, where Councilman Mays lived. Now, there's no word yet on how he died, but we did hear from Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely tonight, who said, quote, "This is a tremendous loss for our community and a shock to all friends and family." Now, Mays was a third-term councilman, beloved for his bold and courageous service. On behalf of Flint's First Ward, the flag at Flint City Hall will be lowered to half-staff in his honor beginning Monday, February 26.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, everybody gotta go sometime. Now, what I'm gonna watch closely for all those people that was on his head. What are they going to say now that he's not here? Don't come out with no nice stuff to say. Y'all keep that same energy, and y'all know who you are. So I just tell people that was my uncle in my head. He would pop some serious shit. He would pop some serious shit. He didn't care. Trying to find y'all a good and funny one. Shout out to AK Cole too. That is actually the channel that I would watch all of Eric May's stuff. He was too funny. Let's see.
When I said his name, just like I said it now, don't let my name come out your mouth. We ain't at the corner store, we in a meeting.
So just 284.
Let me think about the Donnie Houston versus the city of Flint at all. I'm remembering that one. That's the one that made it out of special affairs.
Yes.
Okay. And that is the Matthew Baker didn't make it out. That's the group of folks.
Correct. The two that did not make it out.
Let me finish,
okay.
Ms. Herkenrother. I'm talking cross the aisle to Mr. Piper. I don't even trust you. And then the Donnie Houston, through you to Mr. Piper, anybody else on the council but you at this time, the Donnie Houston that had to do with the car. And I mean what I say. Until Ms. Herkenrother respects me and respects this council, I'm going to say what I say and do what I say. Been doing it for 9 years. Once you lose my respect, and I'll ask you over and over and over, I'm not talking to you. I ain't asking you to interrupt me. So if I'm talking to anybody on this council, if I'm talking to you, I'll talk to you. But you done been a little much for weeks and months, and I don't trust you. And you say you don't like a lot of us. I don't like your ways. Thank you.
We're going through it as well.
And I thought I read that they were helping.
Point of order, Mr. President.
What's your point?
We get 2 times 5 minutes. You've been keeping time. This has been going on a long
How
time.
much time do you have?
Usually when
Point
you
of order, Mr. President. She out of order when I call her point of order. What's she talking to me
Well,
for?
that's why I'm trying to get it. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let's don't. We don't need to get out of.
Because I can go if she want to do that. I asked you a question.
Okay. All right.
I'm done, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Say what? You say something to me?
Miss Word, Councilman. Miss Worthy.
You say something to me all the time, and you didn't
Call
get
to the
on me.
question.
You didn't say nothing to me.
There's a call for the question. Is there support, Councilwoman?
We're very busy.
Thank you,
I
Mr.
am wrapping up.
All
So we need a plan, please. Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else in the second round? In the second round,
Madam Chair.
Dr. Lewis, you've already spoken in the second round.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Point of order.
What's your point?
Why do y'all let these goofy rules exist? Why
Okay.
do we follow them?
All righty. Is there anyone
Ain't it
else in the
crazy? You
second
can't
round?
speak, you're elected, you can't speak around and
Thank you,
your time
Mr.
around.
Mays.
Why do y'all live with that mess?
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
Crazy.
Point well taken. I think that's everybody for the second round.
Now, how unprofessional are you standing up over me talking ignorant? How unprofessional it is you when you got neighbors calling me about you, saying you done bought food stamps and you're mad and
Mr.
everything
Mays.
else. How unprofessional is that?
Mr. Mays, please.
I don't know what's true or not, but it's true. I got the cigarette in my hand. Is it true about you and the calls I'm getting about food stamps
Mr.
and that
Mays.
illegal activity? May I continue?
Please stay on order, please.
I mean, just crazy. Gonna continue to talk about what the people want, how this process works, and I'll be doggone. If we slip back into this competing with Mays thing as a council, I think I'm gonna win. And Kate, one last, Kate Bills ain't gonna discredit me with her slick. I wanna cuss. Because it ain't slick.
One thing Purdue Global has helped me with is having the flexibility to go to school full time as well as work full time.
The process. And so I'm going to leave it at that. This was scheduled from, I think, 5:30 to 8:30. I've enjoyed you, Miss Ryan, Mr. Whittigan. I see Stacy back there. I see purchasing manager back there, Amanda. I've enjoyed you. Lee.
Mr. Mays, we have two more people who'd like to speak yet. So.
Oh, well, they can. I'm just saying what I'm saying. People can speak once, twice. Am I the only one who spoke twice? Or?
So far, yes.
I don't think so.
I think you are, except for myself, who's.
Through you to Mr. Murphy, you've only
Mr.
spoke
Murphy,
once?
You're right, I spoke once.
That's what I thought. Miss
sorry, I misspoke.
Priestley, I'm a little sharper than folk like to give me credit. I don't like to argue day and night. I just like to try to take care of the business. I don't like people messing with me. And it some kind can be unintentional, but a lot of it is intentional. I was in the work.
I know that off the top of my head. I have to pull that for you.
Okay. And so, Miss Priestley, I appreciate, as Maurice used to say, your indulgence. But I'm pretty sharp, and I do things on purpose. I take myself out the equation many a times just to sit back and look at it. It ain't just with this council. I did it with Kate Fields now. I take myself out the equation. I purposely sit in the audience. I purposely observe. And I'm begging y'all, if you want civility and decorum with me, which is politeness, it go both ways. Now, I don't know what y'all think decorum is, but I done looked it up and down, because it's being much overused and abused coming toward me. So I'm going to chalk it up as unintentional, but I see a pattern. Ms. Burns, you say you wanted to ask a couple more questions.
Yeah, I did have
Go
a couple.
ahead, you got the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Mayor Neely, I have just a couple of questions. One of the questions, is Deval Murdoch a relative of yours?
No, he's not a blood relative. He was married at one time to my stepsister that passed away 12 years ago. Whether they were in a relationship, whether they were actually man and wife, he was okay.
Point of order, Mr. Murdoch, you out of order. I'm gonna ask that the police come up here. It ain't gonna be no mess up here. Now, Paul, somebody called the Flint police. Mr. Murdoch, you out of order.
He was.
I'm gonna ask the clerk to get the police up here.
Point.
Can you do that while we try to continue this hearing? Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Thank you, Mayor Neely.
I will, here's the deal. Here's what I'm not gonna do.
Mr. Murphy, you don't have the floor. Mr. Neely has the floor. He said he wanted to finish something.
I can't stand
Mr. Neely,
you get on my nerve.
have you received any campaign contributions legitimately or otherwise from anybody associated with Priority Ways?
No.
Mr. Neely,
Point of
police, come
order.
forward. I want to talk to whoever's in charge. Can you come forward?
Point of order.
What's your point?
This is an investigating hearing for not only just you, for all of us, and I would like to get the floor. You have spoke majority of the investigating hearing, and I would like to be allowed the opportunity to speak.
And he's spicy.
This audiobook on Amazon has made me over $20,000, and I didn't even make it myself. I just uploaded it, and now I get.
And if this Murdoch guy is the head of Blight, I hope he can clean up Russell, Piper, Laredo, and Ruth the way he cleaned me up at Ruth. And when a council person got the flow, he can make a motion. And once the motion is made, it's either going to be properly seconded, adopt, or elect. Y'all just ain't hearing what you want to hear, and everybody tripping. I got the right to make a motion.
Councilman Bays, you do have the right to make a motion.
Well, what y'all keep interrupting for? Y'all
Well,
out of order.
you're continuing to interrupt. You asked the question and
You
then
say
you
I'm
before.
interrupting myself now. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. I'm interrupting myself.
Councilman Mays.
Y'all sound crazy.
Councilman Mays, you're out of order now.
I'm out of order and I done had the flow and people keep interrupting me. I could be done. So I'm out of order. Is that your goal, to rule me out of order? Because I ain't saying what y'all want me to say.
Councilwoman Worthing, go ahead.
I would like to make
Point of order. Point of order.
What is your point, Councilman?
You can't just take the flow and give it to Councilperson Worthing. It's disrespect without an order. It's wrong.
Councilman Mays, I asked, what was the pleasure of this body on resolution?
Making a motion.
Just like you're doing now. See, just like you're doing now.
Okay, you reverse it to me. Go ahead, sir.
I said, what is this body's pleasure on resolution 180196?
Point of information.
What is your point?
Are you saying that out of 9 council persons, my pleasure don't mean nothing? You say, what's the bodies? Am I a member of the body?
No, I'm saying.
I'm not?
You are a member of the body.
Okay.
But you're playing games now.
No, I'm not playing games. I don't appreciate you accusing me of playing games in a serious or wider situation and emergency. What if I accuse you?
Here's the way we're going to do this.
The right thing to do is let me finish my motion.
Councilman Mays, here's the way we're going to do
That's the orderly thing.
There's a resolution that we have to deal with.
Now,
I would like to here's what I'd like to do.
I know what you would like.
Councilman Mays, I would like, and my other colleagues, we have a resolution 180196. I would like to see what is the pleasure of this body on
We'll get there after the motion.
180196.
Point of order.
180196.
Point of order.
What's your point?
This is a roll council when it comes to rules. I'm waiting to get them in court on the witness stand, them and Attorney Kim. The judge said the other day, the special prosecutor, Attorney Kim will never hit the stand. She said, I don't care if Mays wants the Attorney General. When I sign a subpoena, be there. So it's going to get real serious. I'm that type of guy. I done seen council people, Gary, from Kate Fields to Maurice Davis, and them act a certain way. It's just a matter of time before they gone and pass it back in their hands. The first property we got was Second Chance Church. I wanted to name this program the Eric Mays Give Back, but that was a little too selfish. So I'm gonna call it, even though I want to establish a name for it with my legacy, I'll call it the Second Chance Program. To anybody in the 7th, 8th grade, they think you crazy. That's what I think. When I'm talking about you, Herkin Road, and the majority applying the rules wrong, creating new rules, listening to Attorney Kim, if you don't think that's germane and you talking about you got a PhD, then you being discriminatory, you don't get it, and we might need a 10th grader to sit up there to rule.
Mr. Mays, that is your first warning.
Okay, I appeal the warning.
There has been appeal and ruling of the
So
chair.
if we can just get past these 2 resolutions on special affairs, this meeting, we only have 2 resolutions to go through. And it's taking any other council, it might take them 15 minutes or less. But because we want to degrade, demean, grandstand, and waste the audience time as well as other council members' time, we are here.
Don't be quiet.
Any other speakers?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Mr. Mays.
When my ears hear what you said, it sounds like you're talking about yourself. When you want to grandstand and demean me for talking about the rules and the application thereof, saying I'm not germane, I think you're talking about yourself. We get 5 minutes. You should have stayed out of it. You shouldn't be grandstanding and trying to demean my conversation as it relates to the application and the misuse of these rules by you and the majority. All our meetings is recorded. There's a notebook in history of them. You got some folks cheering y'all on, they wrong. The majority of folks ain't cheering y'all on. I get calls from across the country. Virginia, Arizona, Mississippi, whatever this TikTok is, I'm proud of it because it's giving me a measuring stick. Handkerchief head, Uncle Tom's, all that's coming to me. It's been coming to me since Kate Fields and Maurice Nim, and now here you sit. Would you be
Anyone
germane
else
to
like
the
to speak
rules?
in the appeal?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Ms. Winfrey Carter.
I supported Councilman Mays' appeal because I think Councilman Mays was in scope of and relevant to the motion in question. I mean, you know, we're talking about the rules. He was talking about rules. And the fact that some council members, you guys, you don't really follow the rules. You don't even, you look at one part of a rule and then not follow the next part of the rule. So I think he was relevant. I think we should send this motion. We should, so that's why I supported Councilman Mays' appeal. And when Councilman Mays is right, and I feel like he's right, I am gonna support his appeal. And people sitting up here, you can have googly eyes or whatever, but that's how I roll. And that's what's gonna happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak during the appeal?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Burns.
Sometimes people don't like what Councilman Mays says, and he's not always right, he's not always wrong, just like
And
the
you,
rest.
Councilwoman or Madam Chair, you do issue him a warning. You don't give your other colleagues any warning. You don't do it. Go back and watch the tapes. You don't give them. Councilman Murphy will say all kind of stuff to people, and he has to me. And he don't give warnings. And Councilwoman Eva Worthing does the same thing. You don't give her warnings. And it's condescending. And it keeps us split again. We need a member misconduct when members threaten other people and stand behind them like they're gonna cause bodily harm. When residents are hitting the audience, we need to address our rules seriously.
Thank you, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. I would like the floor.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you so much. And just to the public, my colleague, Councilwoman Burns, that talked about one of my colleagues saying something about something about some murder or whatever. One thing for two and two things for certain. I want you to make sure you understand this.
No, you don't make sure nothing for me.
Point of
Excuse me,
information.
you need to warn him.
Miss
You need to warn him.
Ms. Barnes, you're out of order. You do not have the floor.
Thank you
Mr.
very
Murphy.
much. Councilman Murphy.
Point of order.
What's your point?
I want to nip this in the bud. When you hear her say point of information.
What rule
it's
has
a-
been broken?
Let
Mr.
me
Mays?
finish my point of order. You
No.
out of order. When I call a point
What
of
rule
order,
has
cease
been broken?
talking
What
or
rule
you
has
shall
been
be
broken?
removed.
Please
Point
state
of
what,
order.
please state what rule
Point
has
of
been broken.
order.
Please state
Point
what
of
rule.
order.
Please state what
Point
rule.
of order.
Please state which rule
I
has
make
been
a
broken.
motion, you remove. You don't cease talking. The rule
Please
says
state-
second
I
that.
make a
Please
motion,
state-
you shall be
Please
removed.
state what
It's
rule
a
has been
motion
broken.
on the floor and properly second. That you shall be removed but not cease talking when you hear the term point of order. I'm making the motion and she seconded. Now you entertaining it because that's the only way to deal with you. You ain't gonna overtalk no privilege motion and Attorney Kim can direct you wrong.
The point of order if it is improper when you're in a point
Point
of
of
order.
order.
A point of order
Point
is
of
improper
order.
when you're in a point
Then
of order.
you shouldn't be interrupting talking about stuff. So now if it's
Mr.
not
Mays,
proper to
Mr.
interrupt,
Mays.
you interrupted me.
Mr. Mays,
When I was
it's
talking-
improper to call a point of order.
Point
within
of
a point
order. Point of order. The rules don't say it's improper. The rules say a point of information and a point of order is a privileged motion. And the rules say whenever a point of order or point of information is called, people should cease talking and ask what's the point. Attorney Kim then ran up there to protect you and tell you to say that a point of order is not proper. In all of meetings, from beginning to end, I disagree with him and you. A point of order is the highest privilege motion. Talking should cease. The chair should ask, what's your point? And then the person who called a point of order say it and you rule on it. So don't let him make up no rule and you buy into it, good doctor. So now you're going to entertain this point of order because we done moved it now to a motion that you shall be removed.
No, Mr. Mays, just as you spoken, you said that the chair will acknowledge your point of order, and the chair acknowledged your point of order. The chair acknowledged your point of order.
Oh, he make me sick.
The chair acknowledged your point of
You
order
should cease talking.
when I asked you what rule has
Point
been
of
broken.
order.
We have
My point of order that was that her point of information should be entertained. You warned her for a privileged motion because she called the point of information. That's my point of order. Now you rule whether or not she can say point of information and not be out of order when he talks.
Mr. Mays, according to the disorderly person city code subsection, any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of the Flint City Code
I'm gonna ask
subsection
to be
3110.
excused because y'all in the
And
middle of
disorderly
that trial.
conduct, assault and battery, disorderly person
Point
will
of
be subject
order.
for arrest for a misdemeanor.
Point of order.
Any person who prevents the
Point of
peaceful,
order.
orderly conduct of the
Point of
meeting,
order.
giving one more.
Point of order.
If they persist in
Point of
disrupting
order.
this meeting, that individual will be subject to
Point
arrest.
of order.
Violators shall be removed from
Point
the
of
meeting.
order.
Mr. Mays, you are in violation.
Point of order.
You are in violation
for
of
not
the
entertaining
disorderly
the point of
person
order.
subsection. So we're asking
This
if
meeting ain't
Officer
that
Metcalf,
important. Point of order. I'm
Mr.
asking to be excused from
Mr.
this
Mays,
meeting.
you are in violation.
We all
And
know.
and according to
You keep
section
rolling.
3110.
This meeting adjourned for lack of a quorum at this point.
Special Affairs meeting is now adjourned for lack of quorum at 5:53.
Hell,
Y'all looking like foolish. Now, to me, Quincy Murphy done went and collaborated with Lisa Williams, and they come in a
All right, so that's a little bit about what he brought to the table while he was doing, what he needed to do for the city of Flint. But he brought a lot of chuckles. I'm not even gonna hold you. He brought a lot of chuckles. Again, rest in paradise. He will be truly missed over here. Because this is a man I watched every day. Every single day. I even got a little Eric Mays t-shirt when they locked him up and sent him to jail. I might have to rock that next time I go out. Yeah, my condolences goes out to his family, friends, colleagues. I'm really interested to see how they are going to honor his memory, since you see how he was treated while he was alive. Because I have to make a comment about that. Definitely make a comment about that. But nevertheless, he had a lot of mouth. Eric Mays was a very intelligent man. He didn't receive the credit that he deserved. Not at all. But I was finished with my last video for the night, but then I saw that, figure I had to speak on it. I didn't want it to keep going. Once again, shout out to AK Cole, because for a very long time you gave us his content. I don't know if you remember, but I suggested that you went on ahead and did a watermark. No, I can't talk. Watermark on your content, because I saw it in other areas and was being used with no credit to you. So now you're doing that. Your stuff is definitely gonna go further up since he is no longer with us. And I definitely hope that you find something else to bring to the masses, because your content was A1 when it came to Eric Mays, and thank you for that. And once again, my condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Eric Mays. Peace.